Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Go live on
We are
IG
live.
next. Oh, here we go.
We lit.
Yeah, now we live on IG. Yeah.
Oh
See
yeah.
us on IG. For Sportsmen. We're logged into everywhere now. Shout out to Basketball Heads. He inspired the lock to Instagram live. We're live
Nice,
everywhere.
nice.
Twitter,
Big shout out,
YouTube,
Pooh.
Shout out to Pooh.
Facebook, IG. For
Oh, we
Sportsmen.
lit.
Favorite perspective, expected, so accepted. Dom dropping to my left with the new fresh face. He needs some facial hair though, because we gotta explain to him what happens in New York City when you have no facial hair. So no. Under him is all ball pause. To the right of him is Are We Live? Are We Live? Flea. I was expecting a response, but okay.
Let's
y'all.
go.
I'm here. Fleet in the
Favorite
building.
perspective.
Make sure the camera's
Let's
bright
get
and make sure the camera's tight.
always. Come on, man.
Fabian, I'm gonna be real though. Before we start, that V-neck is a little too wide. Make sure
Nasty.
that never makes it out of the house.
Nasty.
Please.
In the crib, cool. And he's sipping coquito. Look at him.
Yo, how you know I'm
Crazy.
sipping coquito though?
Bad
With the
vibe.
extra
Look
shot
at
of rum.
Out of control. Let's
Out
get it
of
started,
control.
man.
This back to back. I wore my Popeye shirt. My girl was like, "What are you doing?" Anyway,
Nah, it's about to fall up your shoulder like a bra strap. Like you gotta fix that.
Little basic
Is it?
basic instinct over here, man. Little Sharon Stonish and all that. Come on, man. Hey, Flea, your man over here seductive. Come on, man.
somebody gotta be the sex symbol.
We
I
have
need
no.
I need a
got
scarf. You
no-
gotta put a scarf on, bro.
I don't have no singles for you, big dog. I have no.
It's
singles
distracting?
for you, gang.
Christmas
It's
broke-
distracting.
yeah.
I'm broke, baby. I ain't
Yeah.
got no singles for you.
Christmas broke everybody. And matter
Oh,
of fact, let's talk about the Christmas games.
Yeah, let's get into that.
Let's get into that. You started off all ball. What do you think about the Christmas games?
I loved it. It showcased some great basketball. I'm gonna start with our Knicks versus Bucks because that was the first game. That game was very important because we just got blown out a couple nights before. And I think that was a statement game for our New York Knicks because we have to show some fight when we play against the top dogs, which is Boston, Philly, and of course Milwaukee. Sometimes it's not about how much you lose, it's how you lose. So as long as we put up a fight, but winning on Christmas Day proved one thing. Brunson is a superstar. People don't want to believe that.
Just a Flea's face.
Yeah, listen, I'm a Flea, I'm going there. And Lord have mercy. Does homegirl look bad today? Becky with the no good hair. Shout out to you. Because you awoken a monster. And I'm gonna give a shout out to somebody I never want to give a shout out to, Kendrick Perkins. Because he kept it real. Listen, y'all can feel how y'all want to feel, y'all can say what y'all want to say. But when that young man is on the big stage playing against the best, he shows up. 30 clips, 40 clips. So it showed that
50
Knicks,
clip.
50 clip. Thank you, Flea. It shows that the Knicks have a true superstar. Now, is that enough to get us to the championship? No. But is that a very great piece to move forward? Hell yeah. So for me, and one thing too before I go. Mitchell Robinson being out might be a gift in disguise. It opens the floor more. Doesn't clog up the lane. Yes, we do miss him, his offensive rebounding, his defense. But if we could continue to get this play by Randall, where he understands he's not the best player on the team, and we can get Barrett to be a little more consistent and give us at least 20 a game, we're going to be dangerous. I'm not saying we'll beat Boston or Milwaukee, but I think a team like Philly, we could give a run for their money. So for me, I think that Milwaukee Knicks game was great. Milwaukee, to me, and I'm going to give it to Flea because he's my fellow New Yorker, Knicks fan. To me, Milwaukee goes as far as Chris Middleton takes them. Giannis and Dame is going to be great. They're going to give you 30, 40, 50 whenever they can. But if Chris Middleton isn't being Chris Middleton, they're going to be in trouble. So for me, that first game, listen, man, let's go Knicks. Great Christmas Day. Great win, big win for the organization. And I think a superstar has been emerged in the New York area, and I ain't talking about Brooklyn. I'm talking about Manhattan, baby. Big Jalen Brunson.
I love what Two was talking about. I ain't gonna jump out the window like him, but if you need me to catch you at the bottom of the 24th floor, I'll be down there. I'll be down there to catch you, big dog. But no. First of all, I'm gonna say this. It is great when the New York Knicks are playing on Christmas Day. At one point, that was like a staple, right? And then we got to the point where we were just so bad that they could not put us on the Christmas Day slate. There was a point that they just couldn't do it anymore. And so for us to be relevant and a factor in this NBA landscape, I love that just flat out about my Knicks. I had a problem with us, though, this season, because when I was looking at it, I'm like, we beat all the teams that we're supposed to beat. The best wins that we had before this Christmas Day game was against Miami, was against Phoenix, and against the Lakers. After that, we beat the teams that we're supposed to beat, but we get dog walked by Boston. We get dog walked by Milwaukee. We get dog walked by Philly. We're not beating and we're not playing up to the level of the better teams in the league, right? We played Minnesota, they beat us, right? So, I want us to start playing up to the level of the better teams. So the way that we played on Christmas Day, we finally played up to another level, right? The big thing that stands out to me, being that we played Milwaukee so many times this year. I feel like we played them and got a chance to see us match up against them at least 4 times already, and we only in December. Jalen Brunson is taking that fucking matchup personal. That matchup with him and Damian Lillard, he takes personal. Every time he gets on the floor with that dude, he is taking his game up to another level and is trying to match his superstardom on the basketball court.
Yes.
Every time I watch him, he's going at him. Now, granted, Dame is going to have great games because he's a great player. But we're literally watching the emergence and the ascension of Jalen Brunson, and he's giving it to everybody. Your favorite player right now, he is out there just going at them. So I love what we did on Christmas Day. All the Christmas Day games were good watches. I didn't like not seeing Embiid and Jimmy Butler not play for their respective teams when Philly played Miami. Denver showed that right now they are just better than the Golden State Warriors. I'm very concerned about Golden State and how they look. Phoenix gave up another 50 ball, right? They gave up 50 to Jalen Brunson the other night. They gave up 50 to Luka Doncic. There's some concerns. I think we're going to get into that with Phoenix. And then that Boston Lakers game, man, it was a good watch. It was a good watch, but you can see flat out right now, Boston has the better team than the Lakers. They're just better, flat out. They're just better team. They have better cohesion. They play together better. They can beat you every different way. If you want Boston to beat you with the 3 ball, they could do that. If you want Boston to punish you in the paint, they could do that. Yeah. If you want Boston to beat you with their just 2 best players and everybody sit around and watch, they'll do that too. Like, they come at you in so many different ways, and they defend their ass off. So Christmas was great. I definitely enjoyed it.
Don.
First game, well, don't mean to be a downer, but back in the day, I used to wake up for the first game every time. There was no excuses. That was before I started drinking, though, I will say. So, the Christmas Eve night is a little different. But I set my alarm for the Knicks Bucks, and I was like, you know what? What am I really missing that I won't be able to watch in the highlights? So I don't regret it. Got sleep.
That hurt.
No, I like the Knicks, but it's just your team hasn't changed at all. So
it was a good game, though. Don't do that.
It probably was. It's just I didn't enjoy it as much.
He's crazy.
Melo and Boston. Remember Melo and Boston opening night 2011-12? That was quality. But anyway, so Jalen Brunson is killing, but I'm not going to say he's a superstar till if he gets you out of the first round again this year, 2 straight second-round appearances as the best player, I would call him a superstar, honestly. I'll give you that. But right now, I'm not ready to say that. And I don't understand how Becky Hammon was proven wrong. Becky Hammond is only going to be proven right because you're not going to win a championship with Brunson as a number one. I'm sorry. I told Hawks fans the same thing today about Trae Young. I said Trae Young may be playing better lately, but you're not going to win as a number one. If I'm wrong, I would. That's cool because I like, I'm a smaller guard myself, so I like the point guards. But he's not winning as a number one to me. He would be a great number two. That's all I got about that game. That's all I got about that game.
All right, but just quickly respond. What Becky Hammond left out was the guards that she did name. They had great coaches and they had a great supporting cast. So let's not act like Curry and Zeke did it by themselves. Zeke had probably top 5 greatest coaches all time, definitely top 10.
Yeah.
Curry had at the time top 3 coach at the league at that time. Let's not talk about the supporting cast Curry's had his whole career. Let's not talk about who Zeke had with the young Dennis Rodman, the microwave, my guy Joe Dumars, Bill Lambert, Sally. So let's not act like these guys, and there's no knock on them. But give Jalen Brunson a top 5 head coach all time. Give him a great supporting cast, and then let's see. So for me, that was just straight hate on the Knicks, which everybody hates on the Knicks. Not you, Dom. I'm just saying from her, and I'm going to tell you this, and I'm going to let y'all go. When LeBron started talking to certain players after the game, when certain players start being spoken about in the media, you know they on to becoming superstars. And lately, Jalen Brunson's been in everybody's mouth, pause, for the past week or two. So if y'all don't think that mean nothing, then my new slogan, argue with yourself. I ain't gonna argue with you.
So who's this? Yeah, go ahead.
No, I heard, I forget who I heard say it, but they referenced Jalen Brunson and this run that he's been on last year and going into this year. They referenced Isaiah Thomas. Now, I remember Isaiah Thomas. I think we all remember that run Isaiah Thomas was on for that little 3 years or so in Boston. It was great. It was great to watch. Great basketball, small guard, dominating, going and getting 30, able to hit the 3, able to take you off the dribble, get downhill, get to the rim. Like, he was super exciting to watch. But I don't think Isaiah Thomas could ever be the best player on the championship team. And I think a lot of what Jalen Brunson is doing now is reminiscent of what Isaiah Thomas was doing with the Boston Celtics. Now, that Celtics team was a better team. I think constructive, like from top to bottom, I think they were a better team. So if we still continue to get better, let's say we do get another guy. There's a lot of guys on the market right now. We go get an OG. We go get a Siakam, a DeRozan. Somebody that's in the mix right now that could just take us to the next level. Brunson, Brunson might look, I can't call him a superstar right now too, but Brunson might look a lot different with better talent around him. Talent, not just good players.
To win it all, though, all ball. Like, who's a second? Because we know that you don't think Julius Randle can be the second.
Yeah? Hell no. Hold on, Dom. Let me ask you, because like I said, I respect all y'all basketball minds. And please, I want y'all to all respond to this. And I want Fabian to get in this. I'll go first with Zeke in them, because that was before Curry and them. On the Knicks, name me Joe Dumars, name me the microwave, name me Dennis Rodman, name me John Sally, name me Joe Dumars. I'll wait. And then Golden State, name me Bogut, name me Sean Livingston, name me Klay Thompson, name me Draymond, name me Kevin Durant, name me Barbosa, David West, name me anybody that slightly represents any of those players on the Knicks. We have nobody that comes close to none of those players. So don't treat Brunson as if he has that type of crew constructed and it's like he can't do it. No, like everybody say, it's a team thing. Give him a great coach. Give him the right team constructed, and then let's see what happens. That's my point. She was wrong.
No, she was not. Until
she was
not wrong.
She said it was one player, and it's literally 2. So she was wrong.
No, there's 3. If there's 3 players that have been a point guard consensus best player on a championship team, and one of them's from your team. But yes, there's only 3
Clyde
players.
Frazier.
Yeah, right. 73, the second ring.
Right.
But
so she's wrong. By the letter of the law, she's wrong. She said it's only 1.
Okay, fine. If you want to play like that, but her point was that it's really hard for a smaller guard, and Clyde Frazier's not even a smaller guard. He's just a point guard.
Not.
To win a championship as the best player. So who's your second option in this hypothetical that you think could be a good second option for Brunson that's worse than him, but better than Randall?
Fabian.
Oh, we
Like,
saw.
yeah. Let
Fabian.
Fabian get that.
Fabian.
Whoa.
Fabian. Can Jalen Brunson be the best player on a championship team?
Yes.
Mr.
know.
I
I don't-
love big men and don't like guards. Is saying that?
Yeah, but because we don't give Isaiah Thomas enough credit at all. We never do.
We
The
don't.
NBA does certainly doesn't.
I
They
agree
don't
with
want to
that. I
promote
agree
him.
with that.
Good
The
point.
same way all y'all do is big up Steph Curry. Every single year. And he changed the game. He changed the game. You know who changed the game before him that was a small guard? Isaiah Thomas, the Detroit Pistons. The entire 90s and 2000s looked like the Detroit Pistons. They were trying to ban those rules because of the Detroit Pistons. They banned every rule up. They beat up Michael Jordan. They changed the defenses. Before all this zone cheating zone stuff that they did that first. All of it. And he led the way. That's how, going to Two's point, you construct the team with some damn schemes, with some thought behind it. To say that it's not that he's just a 1A. You're talking about scoring on offense again. That's where you guys confuse me. I'm not just talking about that. He's a better leader than AI. I don't know if Steph can really lead like Jalen Brunson. If we're keeping it 1,000, we're keeping it 1,000. He doesn't have to lead this team.
I don't agree with that. But go ahead.
You don't have to agree with it.
Yeah,
you don't have to agree with it because Steph Curry's not on the Knicks dealing with Julius Randle throwing temper tantrums for the last 2-3 season and a half.
But he's dealing with
Are
Draymond
you kidding
Green.
me? That
But
was
he's
a
dealing-
bad.
No.
He's dealing with Draymond Green.
Draymond might be
Draymond
worse
Green-
with his tantrums.
Okay, and so offensively, he makes up for that, correct? He gives Steph the ball. Let's not forget that. He covers for him on defense. Klay Thompson covers for him on defense. So, again, we're talking about complementary pieces around the small guy, who's not even really that small compared to Isaiah Thomas. He's like 6'2", 6'3", whatever it is.
Right.
But, yes, Zeke is the anomaly. Of course he is. But even back then, was he a top 5 player? I don't think so. Bird, Magic, Mike, Kareem, Dominique,
In
a lot of guys were
1990
back then.
In 1990, that would be a good exercise for people.
Maybe-
when I get there,
maybe.
I'll tell you. But Kareem wasn't in the league anymore.
Barkley is up there. Malone is up there. Drexler
Is Karl Malone
up
better
there.
than Isaiah Thomas?
I'm sorry.
Was Karl Malone in 1990 better than Isaiah Thomas?
I'm just
I would
saying.
argue that.
I'm just saying people will argue to have him as a better player. And meanwhile, you would say to yourself, "There's no way I would take Karl Malone over Isaiah Thomas." Definitely in hindsight, there's no way possible. And even in real time, you go, "This guy could lead my team," and he's not scared of anybody. Even his best friend who he kissed on the court, he's not scared of him either. And they really should have three-peated had he not injured his ankle. He went to 3 in a row. They dominated. So to say that it can't be replicated, it's not just him being a little guy. This ain't Isaiah Thomas Boston. No, that guy did not lead like Brunson or the original Isaiah Thomas. He didn't.
Fabe,
Yeah, go ahead.
but Fabe and Don, just to be fair to Becky Hammond, and I'm speaking to you too, like she's being honest. And what I mean by that is it's an anomaly. Like this shit doesn't happen. You know, we can't go back into NBA history and pluck out several different times where the lead guard was your best player, leading you from October all the way until that first weekend in June to hoist the trophy. Like, there's not too many times that we could do that. You talked about some things, and I thought it was interesting, and we could bring these guys up because I think they're valid. But Tony Parker won the Finals MVP, right? He was the best player in that series, right? If we go back to the playoffs, though, Tim Duncan was vital.
Yes.
You know, at some points, Michael Finley was really good. I'm talking about during that 07
Yes.
run.
Good
You know
point.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We go back to
Don't forget Manu.
Manu. Relax.
Remember,
relax.
hold on, but stay there, Flea. I named A.V. Johnson. I'm just saying little guys that was pivotal in championship moments. Like I said, I'm not saying the best player, right? But these guys play pivotal. Go ahead, Flea. Go ahead.
No, I got you.
Yeah,
I fully understand what you're saying. Like even a Chauncey Billups winning the Finals MVP, but the sum is greater than the parts. Again, for that team, when you break that team up, how great are they individually? But together, they a championship level team.
But he still was the best player on that team.
But see, here's the thing, though. The one that Flea is talking about, the Dennis Johnson Finals MVP, the Chauncey Billups, the Tony Parker. You can debate. We can sit here for a whole show and debate who the best player on that team was. It's so inconclusive. Frazier, 73, for sure was your best player when after Willis Reed had that injury. And then Curry and Isaiah, there's not much of a dispute there.
No dispute.
So that's why I say those three stand alone to me.
Agreed.
Brunson is even though people debate the Randall thing, it's very obvious. It's seeming to be, as the weeks go on, very obvious who the best player on the Knicks is. I just trust the ball in Brunson's hands so much more.
Yeah.
Randall is good. But now before we move on to the next game of this Christmas, let me ask you a question, All Ball. How many of your starters right now, besides Brunson, do you think are able to start on a championship team? Like these guys, you'd say, I'm okay with them starting. They shouldn't be a bench player on a championship team. They can start.
Now, this is going to throw
I
y'all
got
for a
two.
loop.
I got two, but I'm going to let you go, All Ball. But I only have two.
Now, Dom, I've been saying this. That's why Fabian is making that face. And I'm going to continue to believe what I say. Nobody on the Knicks is a starter on a good team.
Mitchell Robinson, you don't think?
Mitchell Robinson can be a starter on a good team.
I give you that by default because, like I said, big men today is very rare, especially ones that's going to rebound how he rebounds and defends. So I give you Mitchell, but I'm being honest. Okay. I know it's harsh, but Barrett and Randall, like I said, if you name
and
some
Grimes,
of the team,
right? Is he the last starter, Grimes?
Yes, I like Grimes more so off the bench. I'd rather quickly in the starting lineup, but Grimes on the bench. But just to answer your question, Dom, I don't think besides Mitchell Robinson, I don't see Randall or Barrett starting on no championship contending team. I'm sorry. I just don't. Okay. I don't think they're that good. And I've been saying that.
So there it is. The Knicks need to upgrade at the 2, 3, and 4 for Brunson to have a better chance, in All Ball's opinion. That's actually fair. I'll give it to you.
I still think otherwise. Only these nutcases that are pushing for Randall think otherwise. How long have I been saying that,
your third best player.
Fabian had been saying that RJ Barrett should come off the bench for a minute.
All Randall of them. What are you talking about? I hate when y'all do that. Bring Barrett off the bench. Randall, I don't care who it is. Jalen Brunson has proved himself. It's not just about, again, you guys talk about the skill. You focused on that. Yo, Brunson impressed us all the way through, and he showed up, and the way his leadership. And the only thing I'm scared about is taking too many charges. I'm terrified about that. Like, he's really leading on defense too. Come on, man. I mean, Mitchell Robinson is the guy, don't get me wrong, but he has to do all of that, and he still gets that comment from Becky Hammond. She should have bowed the hell down. I'm sorry, man.
Okay, so I just think need upgrades.
No, I just think that she was trying to keep people in the now and keep people realistic and keep people from drinking the Kool-Aid a little too fast. You niggas is about to choke. Like, let's, you know what I'm saying? Sip slow. You know, like you know what I'm saying? Sip slow, nigga. Like, we understand that Jalen Brunson is really.
Let me ask you a question, All Ball. I'm gonna ask you a question before we end. If you guys play the Bucks, do you have the best player?
No.
You guys play the Celtics, do you have the best player?
No.
If you guys play the Philadelphia 76ers, do you guys have the best player?
No.
So there you go. It's going to be hard.
You can say the same thing about the Bulls versus the Pistons. The same thing with the Pistons versus the Lakers. The same thing with the Pistons versus the Celtics back then too, man. But that's who we have to go with.
Teams like the teams that are going to be we're going to be talking about in April and May. Those are the teams. We're not going to be talking about Detroit and Chicago. So
you need it.
Okay, but hold on. But now
he's right. I mean, you're right. You need a supporting.
Yeah, beyond a supporting cast. You need people to think this through. They're not. Mikal Bridges is obviously the guy to go get. He's been the guy to go get, and now we know more than ever that he can replace Barrett, and we get a little bit better.
I want Cade. I'm gonna just throw that out there.
Another point guard.
I want Cade Cunningham. I want him. I want him.
I don't know. That'd be kind of weird.
We can have a conversation about it. I'll explain myself later. That's why.
Before we go, I'm gonna just say this: if we can get Siakam in the shooter and don't lose nothing and keep how we are constructed, and Mitchell Robinson can stay healthy, I think we can win a championship.
Okay, we'll see. I guess we'll let time let that answer those questions. But do we have anything to say on the Golden State Denver game real quick? I only have like a little thing to say.
Yeah. I can go 30 seconds.
Okay.
I've been saying it. Golden State is not a good team. Lord have mercy. I don't know what happened with Klay Thompson. I hope he's not having the what was my
told you guy about that All Ball before the season.
Yeah, yes, you did, and you was right. And I was wrong. What was my guy? I hope he's not having the Deron Williams effect. I don't know what's going on with Klay Thompson. No, seriously, Dom. I don't know. Listen.
Been through a lot of injuries.
Man, listen. I ain't never seen him look this bad, but
he just came off a stretch where he was averaging about 25 for 5 games.
But
so
they have to make a move. They have to make a move.
That's true.
If I'm them, I told you what I'm doing. I'm trading to try to get a major piece I'm trading Wiggins and Draymond Green, and I'm trying to get a major piece because I think Curry and Clay. I think you can have 2 to maybe 3 more years where they make a win another championship if constructed right. But Golden State has to make a move because they're going to keep dipping right now. And I'll wrap it up. We already know for me, Clippers, Denver, OKC, they ain't got nothing for them. But now when you go with Minnesota, Sacramento, and then now let's see what happens with Ja Morant in the Memphis Grizzlies. Golden State is in big trouble. And we know, as great as Curry is, I've seen him when he tried to lead them on his own. It don't look too good. So Golden State is in trouble. Big trouble. Big shout out to Jamal Murray. I've been saying it. Denver Nuggets go as far as Jamal Murray takes them. With him healthy, they the most dangerous team besides the Clippers in the NBA.
But see, when you say the whole, go ahead.
No, was that true about this guy missing time? Aaron Gordon got bit by a dog.
Yeah. It is.
Lord have mercy.
He's got 21 stitches. He's gonna be out for
in his face.
That sucks.
Yeah, in his face.
Man.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, all ball. When you say the takes them thing, it almost makes it sound like that player's leading the charge. Do you know what I mean?
True.
Like when you say they'll only go as far as James Harden takes them, Chris Middleton takes them, it sounds like those guys are leading the charge. I feel like when that's used, it was always Charles Barkley saying Blake Griffin and Anthony Davis need to take control because Chris Paul and LeBron were being asked to do too much. You know, that's what Charles Barkley used to always say. Like Middleton, I think he's the X factor.
Right.
More so than
But I think that's what 2 means. I think that's what he.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
If I'm
No.
speaking for you, too,
No.
you know what I'm saying?
What do you mean no?
Way. No, Jamal Murray is way more important to the Denver Nuggets than Chris Middleton is to the Bucks. Way more important.
Sure, but the point is, Jokic is still the one taking them anywhere. But Murray is the key to, making
their
them
offense.
I think Middleton.
He's the key to scoring.
I think Middleton is just as important as Jamal Murray.
Hell no.
I think Milwaukee Bucks do. Listen, Milwaukee Bucks do not win a championship if they do not have Chris Middleton fully healthy. Okay. Just like if
Middleton closed a lot of games in that 21 playoff. He closed a lot of games. They struggled last year because he wasn't healthy. They struggled a lot last year because he wasn't healthy. I'm talking about throughout the season.
It's crazy they still got number 1 though.
Huh?
It's crazy they still got the number 1 seed.
I mean, yeah, that's okay, great. Through an 82 game
firepower,
stretch, right?
man.
But when you get into what I always say, a 2-week matchup, 7-game series, you game plan, and we got to see you every night for 2 weeks. Middleton was extremely important to them. And if he's not playing well, Giannis and Dame can win a couple series for you, 1,000%.
They need
but
rest.
You're going to get to a series. You're going to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. You're going to get to the finals where you're going to need a third best player to step up and win a game or 2. You're going to need it.
Has anybody been able to guard Jamal Murray? In all seriousness.
No,
I haven't seen it. I haven't heard about it.
So really, to be honest,
yeah, Chris Middleton's a streaky shooter. He's not as reliable as Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray is insane. Like he's kind of underrated for a champion and everything.
Chris Middleton is a mismatch nightmare.
Yeah, I don't agree with
that. Yeah, no.
You discrediting Chris Middleton a little too much.
No, I'm not.
Here we go again.
He pushed shooting guards on the block. And then if you a small forward, power forward, he's gonna go right by you.
No, but he's not anymore.
Here we go again.
All right,
once again, you guys love saying you guys love talking about what he could do. No, I'm talking about what Jamal Murray does do. Jamal Murray will give it to anybody any given night. Pause, and it happens consistently. Chris Middleton is not that. That's Jamal Murray.
What are you talking about? They both came back from injuries. They both came back from lower extremity injuries. So yes. They both don't look the same. Like, what are you talking about right now? Jamal Murray doesn't look what he looks like prior to the injury. He doesn't.
Okay. What does that have to do with being a mismatch every single night for everybody?
Last year he was just gearing up. This year he looks a lot better. But last year he did not look great after that ACL injury, in my opinion. He didn't look like he looked prior.
No, Chris
I'm
Middleton.
talking about Bubble Murray. I'm talking all of that. He didn't look like that last year. Hell no.
He averaged 27 points in the playoffs, I thought.
Wait, hold on.
He didn't look like he looked. He didn't look. You got to fact check that for me. 27 a night for the whole playoffs?
Let me check.
Wait, you talking about Murray last year? last season,
Yeah,
Murray looked amazing.
he
He looked
looked great.
amazing.
I'm
He
not
only had
saying
like
he
one
didn't.
bad game
I'm not.
against the
I'm
Phoenix Suns,
saying
if
he
I'm
did
not
not look
mistaken.
like he looked prior to him tearing up his knee. He doesn't.
Okay, that's fine, but Chris
And
Middleton.
I'm saying Chris Middleton doesn't either. But don't tell me that Chris Middleton is not going to be important for Milwaukee going forward.
Hold on,
He
but
I
he's.
got the numbers up, by the way.
Go ahead,
In the
Don.
playoffs last year, 26 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists on 47% shooting and 40% from three.
That's great. That's great.
I'm
It's
saying,
very
I'm saying,
minimal difference than 2020, but I give him more credit for doing it in the full playoffs all the way to the finals with packed crowds as opposed to just those 3 series. But
I'm saying Chris Middleton's capabilities. Like, I've yet to really see that on a consistent basis. Jamal Murray, when he's out there, especially when he's healthy,
it's easy to say that now after the injury, Fabian. It's easy to say that now.
What are you talking about?
Fabian,
Jamal Murray came back after the injury for a year or so now, and he looked great. Chris Middleton, this is 2 years ago. After they won the championship, he got hurt, and it's been like a year and a half, 2 years damn near that Chris Middleton.
But hold on, we can't pick and choose because when other players is hurt, we get them that respect. We're like, yo, so and so is hurt. Let them. So you can't do that with Middleton. We seen at his full strength in those playoffs when they won that championship, he was the X factor. It's not even debatable.
And you're talking like we're going like 4 or 5 years ago.
He hasn't looked
2 seasons ago.
No, y'all are bugging, bro. Y'all, I've yet to see even Chris Middleton at his best. At his best, I'm not taking him over Jamal Murray.
Hell no.
Is a two-time All-Star. Why the fuck is Jamal Murray not even sniffed being a top 24 player in the league?
Because he
plays in a competitive West with a lot of great guards.
No, get the fuck out of here.
Yes, he does.
Why is he not an
no.
All-Star
See?
and he's been in the league? Explain that to me.
He's a playoff riser.
I asked you, why hasn't he been a top 24 player?
But hold
on.
Flea asking a good question because remember they have the top record and everything. So why haven't he been recognized as one of the top guards?
The Western Conference, Don. Like,
because it matters. The West is hard to make it. He's got John
No.
Lillard. He got Steph Curry.
What does he average in the regular season? See, y'all gave his playoff.
That's true. Regular season, he's a little bit for what he can be. He's not insane. He averages 20 points this season. He averaged 20 last season. And I know it's not. I know, but as we just talked about in the playoffs, he goes to another level. Like his game translates really well. But I'd rather have that though than some. I'd rather have that though than some of these guys that are, gonna blow it in the playoffs.
But I didn't want to make this. I never said I would take homie over Jamal Murray, Middleton. That wasn't the conversation. I'm just saying I think the importance of Jamal Murray to Denver, I think Middleton has the same importance for Milwaukee. And it showed last year in the playoffs, and it shows when he's not healthy, when he's not on the court, Milwaukee's not the same team. They can coast through the regular season, but in the playoffs, they will not beat Boston's, they will not beat the Phillies, and they may have a problem with us if they ain't got Chris Middleton.
You keep shaking your head. Pluck Middleton out. Let Middleton not play for the rest of the season. Let's see how well Milwaukee plays this year.
I'm not saying he's not a threat, doesn't provide a threat. Like Keegan Murray should look forward to being a Chris Middleton and even better. That's what he should be looking forward to. Keegan Murray better.
Keegan's going to be a Klay Thompson type player.
Okay, cool. But he better not ever think he's going to be on Jamal Murray's level. Jamal Murray is nice. He's a threat. I'm scared to death of Jamal Murray. That's how I got him. I don't got Chris Middleton like that. I got him like if Chris Middleton is hot, then he's hot. You give him that. But Jamal Murray, he creates his own scoring.
Let me ask y'all a question. And this was asked to me yesterday. I ain't answer it yet. Who you want? Jalen Brunson or Jamal Murray? Who you want?
That's tough.
That's so hard because
Jalen Brunson just because of health, bro.
Who you want?
Just because of health.
So I'm hold on, no. So
now you're talking about the dude's health. Hold on. After you praised him for playing so well, now it's health. Shut the hell up.
I'm gonna answer it. I'm biased. I'm gonna take Brunson, right? But I'm gonna tell you why I'm gonna take Brunson. I have to see Jamal Murray a full season without the Joker. I seen what Brunson can do, kind of not saying on his own, but without like a super duper star. I need to see Murray for a year without Joker to see what he can do. But is Murray top 5 point guards in the NBA?
Probably not. But it's just really hard to evaluate.
It depends on who you ask, too. Like that depends on who you ask. For what Dom just said about how he raises his level of play in the playoffs, if you have a conversation with somebody, that may be at the forefront of their mind and not what he does in the regular season. So it's like, yo, is Jamal Murray a top 5 point guard? It's like, oh shit, I know how he performs in the playoffs. Hell yeah, he's top 5. You know, that depends on who you ask.
The thing is, as a second option, Murray has maximized what he could be, a championship, clear-cut second option. That's really amazing. You know what I mean? Brunson, he might be able to do that with Jokic. We don't know. Like, I would give him a great shot to do it.
Well, Brunson is a clear-cut second option. Like that's obvious now. Like the first option is what we all.
You just said he could be a first option on a championship team, in your opinion, if he has the right supporting
cast. No. What y'all go with 1A is meaning he has to be Michael Jordan all of a sudden. No, I'm talking about him being in totality.
No debate who's the second best player on the.
I'm just talking about that was in reference to him being the best player. That's the guy, the lead dog. We would look to him to lead the team and everything. Right now, we're just talking about pure skill as your scoring option. There's no way you could put him as with the top 15 guys in the league. They're going to give you buckets easier. He's a little guy. That's the whole thing to your argument. I get that, but Jamal Murray's a little bit bigger. So, but still, like to Tu's point, we seen Brunson in New York City show up and lead a team with no real second option. These guys aren't second option. So that's and he's been healthy. That is a factor. Flea, hate to break it to you.
So I'm still confused. Who are you going with?
Brunson.
Oh, okay.
I asked that because I feel like we are missing that main piece, right? So when I look at Denver, I look at how they constructed their roster, right? They constructed their roster around a generational player in Joker, but then they got a hell of a guard in Jamal Murray. They got a guy who's going to defend, rebound, and be able to still score the basketball in Aaron Gordon.
Yes.
And Michael Porter Jr. has raised his level of play. Mike Malone was benching this dude because he didn't rebound. Now he actually rebounds, and he's also a hell of a shooter.
Caldwell Pope, don't forget.
And KCP, right?
Yes.
Championship pedigree, comes over there, helps.
Tough defense, yeah.
Everything. My thing is, why can't Brunson be Murray? Why can't Julius Randle be Aaron Gordon? Just in terms of effect and how they affect the game. And if we get a piece, a main cog, this is if we just talking hoops right now. If an Embiid is in New York, right? That piece, right? And then you start building it around that. Why couldn't we mirror how Denver put it together? Y'all
thoughts? Only one Joker, man.
But there you go. But now I agree with you, Flea, though. That means Brunson is the second option, which is exactly
what I always say. Yeah, which is what I say. You know, I'm cool with that.
The Brunson.
So wait, real quick. So Joker is the first scoring option.
Yes.
Huh?
Okay. I'm only asking.
He's every
asking
option.
a question. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
To answer your question, yes, Fabian.
Here's the thing about Murray and Brunson, and I'll just leave it at this. It just comes down to what you value. We've seen Brunson lead. We don't know if Murray could lead his team that far. And then we don't know if Brunson, you put him with Jokic, is he guaranteed to win a ring? I don't think either of them are the best player on a championship team. So at that point, it's just who can take a team further that's going to lose. And I think, okay, Brunson can win that award, but I value the highest level. I've seen Murray at the highest level as a second option. So I'm going to go with Murray, but I don't think there's a wrong answer. I understand the Brunson being the leader and stuff like that, but I think it's really hard to win a championship. And as a second option, it's still extremely hard. So I got to give Murray the floor raising versus ceiling raising, as Phoenix Gen Z is saying. I just don't like using all those terms.
Respect that. Well, listen.
How about Lakers?
Oh, yes.
He loves this shit.
Let's go. Lakers, Celtics. Yo, should we read some comments or should we go right to it?
No. Let's get to the topics. Them comments are crazy.
They're not crazy at all. They're very mild today, but continue.
There goes Dom. Dom, you got to go. What are you
The people are very important to me. Anyway.
We'll get to them.
No, they're important to all of us. We'll get to it.
I like you niggas a little bit. I'm sorry.
Let's get to the Lakers.
We got a good one.
The Lakers versus Celtics. I'm going to go a different route. I know y'all think I'm going to hate on LeBron, which I am later. But I'm going to start with the Boston Celtics. Lord have mercy, do they look good. I've been saying this. Porzingis is the second best player on the Boston Celtics. Jaylen Brown is good. Porzingis is tough. And God, did we let go a great player. He didn't want to be here, though. But I was talking
Jaylen Brown's very good.
Yes, very good. Yes.
He gets a lot of shit these days, Jaylen Brown. I feel bad for the guy.
But I
He's
was
a
I was
little too harsh on him.
I was talking to Fabian the other day, right? And I watched that whole game, of course, because the Lakers was losing. Yo, did y'all watch Derek White?
Yeah.
What he does for them, block shots, defense. Just I said, yo, man, I see why they gave up Marcus Smart like that.
Easy.
I don't like that coach. So I think that's the only thing that's holding him back. No, I really don't.
I don't either.
I thought he was okay, but now watching, I don't like his coaching style because when you have a talent like Jason Tatum who can be top 3 player in the league, he has to be more aggressive. Sometimes he's too cool, and to me, that's coaching. Listen, bro, this your team, take charge. But the Boston Celtics, yo, man, what they can do on both ends of the floor, and when they're clicking, I don't see nobody beating them. Barring injury, listen, they look good. But the Lakers, and I'm going to just be brief, I don't like what LeBron said about the Christmas thing. Talking about he didn't care about the Christmas game. Christmas games have been legendary for 20, 30 years. I didn't like that. I think that was an excuse. So once again, sway the narrative to make it seem like he didn't play hard. No, y'all got your asses kicked. Y'all not good enough. Now, once again, the Lakers is begging for more help. They're going to get DeJounte Murray. I hope they get him so when it doesn't work, people could blame it on him. I've had enough of the Lakers. My opinion, Flea, and I'm going to let y'all go. I said this 2 years ago. People laughed at me. LeBron need to retire. I'm being dead serious. I've been saying it. Can he still play? Yes. Can he give you 30, a 30 clip here and there? Yes. You in the way, bro. You ain't compete for championships, retire. Because and you getting all the listen, and what they doing is illegal. You got the clutch thing, you getting all the clutch players, and then none of the clutch players can go to no other team. Like, listen, bro, I'm over the Lakers, I'm over LeBron. Look, yeah, Flea, that's right. Mind your business.
I'm gonna let you finish.
What LeBron and Clutch is doing is out of control. Once again, Murray and Levine was in talks to the Knicks. These guys stopped that. If you notice, clutch players is only there to help LeBron. They not here to help nobody else. I'm over LeBron. He can have all the help he wants. My opinion, all clutch players just go play for the Lakers. My opinion, but Lakers got their ass kicked. Boston looked very good, and once again, the King is begging for more help. In the words of Charles Barkley, bro, how much the help do you need? You just won a couple years ago. Get him out of here, man.
Okay, I agreed with everything you were saying until you went to the retiring thing. I will echo your statements on the Celtics. This is one of the best defensive backcourts I've seen in quite some time, having Derek White and Drew Holiday, man. Like, their first 6 players in the rotation, there's not one bad defender in there. Porzingis, Brown, Tatum, White, Holiday, and Horford.
Yep.
The only thing with the Celtics, it's all going to come down to, like, even though Porzingis and Holiday are going to help them immensely, to me, they're only going to win the championship if Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown execute better late in games. Jaylen Brown not turning the ball over so much in the playoffs, being more efficient. Jason Tatum not falling in love with those contested threes. He loves Kobe so much. Watch his tape, man. Mid-post, elbow, make the game easier for yourself. My issue with Boston is when their 3 balls not falling, they sometimes look like they have no clue what to do. They keep generating open threes, and they have no clue what to do in the playoffs every time. First 2 games against Miami last year, and then against Miami in the bubble. And then in 2018, even though that was a very different team against Cleveland, open 3 after open 3, they missed. Jason Tatum is taller than Kobe. He is taller than Mike. He admires Kobe so much. I think when Tatum gets in the mid-post, the elbow, he's even better. He can still get to the rim. He has the Paul George problem. He takes bad shots, but he's more confident than PG. But to me, Boston has no excuse not to win the championship. This team is so talented. It's all about Tatum and Brown, though, but I will tell you this. Porzingis and Drew are definitely going to help them get closer. To me, it's got to be Denver and Boston this year. I think those are the 2 best teams in the NBA, but we'll just have to see. That's basically all I got with Boston, though. They really have a great team. It's all about Tatum and JB to me, though.
Did you just take my whole Jason Tatum as Paul George and T Mac all over again?
Oh wow.
See, the only
This guy
reason why I'm
just
not going as far
ripped
as
me off.
T-Mac,
That's crazy.
I'm saying Paul George because they play in this era where they create so many favorable matchups and there's so many switches. When Mac was in Orlando or with Houston, there was like Chuck Hayes and certain guys that you could not generate the same looks as now. So that's why I'm taking Paul George and Tatum together because the decision making is a little questionable for me. But yeah.
See, unlike Flea, I don't leave town and turn on my team. You know what I'm saying? That's the jersey I got. I got a Porzingis jersey. We should have never traded him too. This guy right here puts on a Laker jersey, gets out of town. I don't care if you Kobe Bryant's
Dennis
favorite
Smith
fan, none of that.
Jr.
And then goes on a live with that. How dare he? At the Boston Celtics, are we on that's the subject, Boston Celtics, or I thought we were on the Lakers.
Yeah, LeBron shit
Nigga,
the
give
bed
your
too.
take, man.
LeBron is shit the bed.
Give your take.
Listen, the Coquito's rocking. Let me chill. Let me rock.
You
So
give your fucking take.
So, but I've been saying that about the Celtics, Dime, that they Tatum, 25 years old, by the way. He's 25. Mentally, he's not there yet. I just think he has to get over that hump. And he can be like another guy. Who the hell can guard Tatum? Another guy. Same thing with Chris Middleton, right? Chris Middleton, nobody can really guard you, but Tatum has even more skills than that guy. And he chooses to take step back three-pointers, get ripped at the end of games. He's unbelievably bad in the playoffs when it counts. Jaylen Brown, you cannot rely on that dude. You stop it. You cannot rely on Jaylen Brown at all. Porzingis, he's great too. You're right. I think he is the second best player on the Boston Celtics, but he's just a replacement for what they've been doing. They shoot threes. He's not gonna get free throw. He's not gonna go to the free throw line for you. He does present some rim protection, but at the end of the day, you still have to score. You still got to put pressure on the on the defense. Don't forgive them. They don't present that. And the guy who is totally capable every single possession is Tatum, and he chooses to lean back. He turned the ball over too many times, and Marcus Smart's not there anymore. So I don't want to hear any excuses. And then going to the Lakers, too is crazy, bro. How the hell should LeBron James retire? He should play until he's 80, for as long as he wants. We've never seen anybody play like this with modern medicine, call it PED, whatever you want to call it.
God, play
like
what?
Go for as long as possible.
Man.
And he's playing well. He played terribly on Christmas, though.
They're not even in the playoffs right now. Play like what?
Okay, right, because you're relying on a 40-year-old.
Man.
That's the problem. They all messed up. They should have never just relied on a guy out of his prime. They all messed up. LeBron messed that up also. I want him to play for as long as possible. He looks great, man. I don't care what you say. He looks amazing. He does look amazing. He's just never going to be, huh?
So you know who else look good, and we have to give him some credit, man. And no one talks about it. No one likes to give him praise when he's playing well. It's Anthony Davis, man. He's been playing really well lately.
But see, the problem with that is I was trying to
40 and 13.
But see, the problem with it is that it's not loud enough. Like you could go get 40 and 20, and I don't even feel like he was out there. Like his 20 and 20 games now, like 8 years ago, when Anthony Davis was in New Orleans, coming out of New Orleans, or even maybe the first year as a Laker, when he stepped on the floor and had a dominant game, you felt that. You felt that. Whether you watched the game, whether you watched the highlights, whether you looked at the box score, you felt like, damn, like he was really out there killing everybody. Now it doesn't feel like that, and they rely way too much on LeBron James. Way too much.
Whose fault is that?
I think that's a little bit of LeBron's fault, and I think that's a little bit of Anthony Davis, not just being that guy to say, hey, listen, I'm ready to be the guy, the one that takes us home every night. The one that was gonna have to answer the hard questions in the press conference. Obviously, it's LeBron James, so I'm being disingenuous right now. We know that they're gonna ask LeBron James, but I just wish that Anthony Davis would assume more of the responsibilities in terms of leadership, in terms of them winning games, in terms of the culture and the attitude around the team. I just really would look for him to elevate your role, bro. You're a great player, top 75 player in people's eyes. Elevate your role.
I think
he cannot elevate his role. No one will ever be able to elevate their role when they play next to LeBron James. LeBron James lied the whole time with the Lakers. He was never giving up the keys. Stop. Like, we all smart.
But there's
Listen,
also a part of it though where Anthony Davis, he doesn't have that alpha dog in him as well. But I think we got to just accept that for what it is.
What alpha dog he don't have in him?
Like, he's not a vocal leader. He's not a guy that's like as Flea said.
Kawhi Leonard's a vocal leader.
No, but Kawhi Leonard's
All right,
actions
then.
speak very loudly. When it's time to go, he gets the ball and he takes over games.
And Anthony Davis never did that ever in his career.
No, not saying he never did that.
All right, then.
I don't think he's as good anymore. But he still deserves props. He still deserves props, even though I agree. But there's a lot of players in the NBA you can say, like, let's be real. LeBron is also one of those players where he play like shit and he'll still have 27, 7, and 7 these days. But Anthony Davis,
but it'd be inefficient. It won't be inefficient.
True.
27. Yeah.
But Anthony Davis is not that inefficient in a lot of games this season, and his defense is still top. No, let me just be real. If they don't have Anthony Davis defensively, they're a clown convention. Straight.
I agree.
They already they still are a clown convention because you got him at the number 2, and what are they really doing? Because now I don't want to hear it's 95%. What? It's 95% LeBron's
number 2
fault.
option is the problem. He might be the best number. If he's not the number 1, he might be the best second or third best number 2 option minimum in the league.
First of all that talk you guys got him, and he's the number 2 defensive player of the year candidate. I don't care because what are they doing? That's number 1. Number 2, this is 95% LeBron James' fault.
Cam Reddish at the point of attack.
I don't care.
Cam Reddish.
This is 95% LeBron James' fault. Enough with I gave him his praise and everything. I want to see you play for as long as possible. Cool. But this is 95% your fault. You have Rich Paul as the agent. You created this whole scenario in LA. You wanted this. You got him traded from New Orleans. Whether that's all, folks. Sure. You knew who you were getting. We knew he was injury prone. This is nothing new. That's 1,000%. I want to say 1,000% LeBron James' fault. He orchestrated all of this. I don't want to hear about this is just a conspiracy. None of that.
Yo, big shout out to Matt God. I was listening to Matt God the other day, and Matt God said, yo, when they traded for Anthony Davis, now you almost have to, right? In that situation, you almost have to. But when you look back on it and you look at the guys that they gave up, and you look at the landscape of what it looks like right now,
right?
We can't predict the ascension of Brandon Ingram, Julius Randle, Josh Hart, all the different other
Caldwell Pope going to Denver. Yeah, look at the role he played over there.
A bunch of other guys that were there and younger guys prior to them moving Alonzo Ball, right? Like Kyle Kuzma, even keeping Kyle Kuzma moving forward, right? Like there's a bunch of young guys that are playing very well right now in their respective teams. Everybody that I named right now, with the exception of Alonzo Ball, is playing high-level basketball. All of these guys have gone on to be all-star level players. Now, not saying that you would have to figure out a way to keep them, but what I'm saying is, it's like, damn, we got a championship out of this, but we don't have longevity out of this because Anthony Davis doesn't stay healthy, and like Dom said, he's not the lead alpha dog type dude to say, hey, LeBron could sit back for 5 to 8 games and we're gonna be all right.
But no matter how much of an alpha he can be or can't be, bro, when LeBron is there, it doesn't matter. That's the point y'all missing. Listen, I used to argue with Dom last season. Dom, this Lakers team ain't a good team. You sure, boy? Yes. Let's break it down. They played a Memphis was injured, and then there was a lot of mess with Ja in and out the lineup, and it still went 6 games. Then you run into a Golden State Warriors who was having troubles, and then when y'all
they flat out got outplayed by a better team. That was way too big for them.
You run into Denver, and y'all showed who y'all really are. Now this season, I was the only one when everybody was saying the addition to Cam Reddish and Christian Woods, and then now you pick up Gabe Vincent, let go Schroeder.
Who's fucking stealing checks.
Exactly. You re-sign D'Angelo Russell for what? And if y'all think they not asking LeBron all these moves before it happens, like, come on, man, cut the jokes. It's his fault. Yeah. Just like it's his fault when they win, it's his fault when they going through this. Stop it, man.
You're not. I don't disagree with all that stuff about the free agents and the re-signing and all that. He absolutely has a say in that. But I think I don't know. I think we've been a little harsh on Anthony Davis for a while. He is who he is. I think we have to accept who he is. And he's playing well this season. Like, LeBron after the in-season tournament, I think AD's been better than him since after the in-season tournament.
And what's their record?
He is.
I
And
don't know,
they
it's like a
probably
500
one-
team, but their
1-6.
supporting cast is I don't want to be that guy because I always want to blame the stars. I always think they should deserve some blame. But AD and LeBron have not been bad this season. The supporting cast hasn't been good enough.
Because
But-
the coach don't know what he's doing.
Okay, but see, everybody seems to say that
Hachimura is super solid.
he is.
Like he's 6'8", 6'9". He can do. I see it. He's super tough. But you know what happens? You get Cam Reddish over there, and all of a sudden, Cam Reddish had one decent game, and it's he's a defensive this and that. And I'm the
He didn't
only
have
one.
one decent game. He's been much better than decent. He's been good for what they need. The problem is he's their best point of attack defender. That's a
Okay.
problem.
Don, for some reason, the only games that 2 catches and win is when Cam gets torched. Like, only
He
time.
He gets torched every night, man.
No, that is not true. Dude.
Every night.
That is not
But
true.
you know
Like,
what? Though? Everybody overrated this team in general. In my opinion,
what did I say? What did
First
I say?
seed.
Y'all gonna hold
I
me
said
to
they're
what
not
I
going to
said.
win.
I said there was going to be a 1 seed by the time we talk playoffs. They're going to be a 1 seed. That's what I said.
Better hope they make the playoffs.
Right.
They'll
Like,
make it playoffs. No, they'll make it.
Yo,
Yo,
Q, no funny shit. Do another thumbs up real quick.
And maybe that triggers it. Oh,
Yeah.
yo, what is this voodoo magic?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
Fleek.
probably got an app on your phone. You know.
Oh,
What is going on?
Yo, yeah.
What?
Now that I know I can do that, y'all about to be tight.
Oh my God.
yeah, dude.
Hold on, do a
Yo,
thumbs down.
He's a
Yo.
Do a thumbs
magician.
down.
Nah,
that's
only
crazy.
thumbs
They ain't
up,
got the
bro.
juice. They ain't
Oh
got the
my
juice.
God. Do this
Yo,
again.
that's scary.
Nah, it was 2 thumbs up.
Oh! He's got like a Wii or something and built into
Yo.
his phone.
Yo,
Look,
we really some losers
Nah,
because
we
we
maniacs.
loving this shit. They in the comments probably like, yo, these niggas just saw that for the first. That's so
Well,
dope. I don't
before
care.
we get out of here, I want to finish before Dom got to run.
Yeah, I gotta go.
Real quick, Dom, your point, your opinion. Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Suns. I know you see what's going on. What Brandon Jennings said, and then Terrence Ross's response, and then now was rumblings that KD is complaining he may want out. Please, real quick, Dom, before you got to run, your opinion, your thoughts. Kevin Durant and the Phoenix Suns.
I really hope that's not true. I really hope that's not true because this guy has been, I mean, God, how many teams is he going to go to? He gets so much talent, wherever he goes. The Beal trade is looking really bad right now because he's not playing. And it's this exact team is reminding me of the 2022 Lakers. They have 3 guys that aren't necessarily the most perfect fit. However, we can't even say if they're a fit or not because we haven't seen them. And they're getting paid so much money. And so all their other role players are very mediocre at best. You don't even recognize some of these guys. Like a casual fan does not know Drew Eubanks, Keita Bates-Diop, Josh
Wow.
Okogie. They're trash. They're trash in terms of what this team wants to be. And Kevin Durant, like, I don't like his body language in that Dallas game. Disinterested. There's been too many games I've watched where Devin Booker has been inefficient recently.
Yep.
And their defense is trash. Nurkic is not a good defender at all. I know he missed the game. It's so far from a championship team right now. They need Beal to have any chance. Even with Beal, he's not going to help their defense. But Kevin Durant, like, he's having a good season, so I'm not going to go too harsh on him. But I don't want to hear any of that stuff about he wants to leave or all this or he's disgruntled. No. You made your bed. You got to lay in it. That's all I got.
Got you, man.
Oh.
Dom,
Oh.
have a good one, man.
Thank you guys. Appreciate everybody in the comments.
Yo, appreciate you, Dom.
See you
talk
guys. Have a
soon.
good night.
Yeah,
All
well,
right.
Yo,
yeah.
Be safe. Of Dom. Too. They're saying this is called the iHeart reaction. They're telling you to throw stop blocking slick. Told you to throw a heart up. You go
Huh?
like that. Yeah, you throw a heart up and it might do something. Oh, you don't see it. Oh,
What is that?
it's called and
I don't
Wow.
got the juice.
17.
I don't got
Right.
no fucking juice.
But I never
it's
did
called
nothing.
reactions.
I never did nothing for the. But listen, let's get out of here in a bit. I want to say this real quick, Flea. Phoenix Suns, Kevin Durant. I was dead wrong in the beginning when this all came about. I said that was championship team with Bradley Beal. It's obvious. I see why the Wizards gave him up like that for nothing. But I'm gonna say this. Kevin Durant deserves a lot of flack. We roasted James Harden for forcing his way out of places. Kevin Durant does the same thing. He might do it smoother. He might do it behind the scenes or cooler, but he does the same thing, Flea. I know sometimes I can be harsh on players, but hey, that's what we do. We try to keep it 100. Kevin Durant is playing himself out of being one of the greatest players that ever played the game. That might be a bit much. I had Kevin Durant top 5 shooting guard, small forwards all time. I took him off my list. It's too much with him, bro. He calls himself a guard. At times he can be very arrogant. Definitely a great player. But what's the excuse for Brooklyn and for Phoenix? I watched guys like Trae Young get that team to the playoffs. I've watched Brunson do what he do with the Knicks. You watching all these young guys ascend and just go bonkers.
What John Morant's been doing for Memphis.
Right. So for Kevin Durant to be the legend he is, the easy money sniper, the guy that everybody says he can fit anywhere and they'll win, I'm going to be real. He's playing himself out of a great legacy. I'm sorry. And right now, for me, I'm over Kevin Durant. Unless they do something super crazy, there's no excuse for this. I've always said, when you got 2 superstars like that, I don't want to hear nothing. To win only 3 out of the last 13 games, there's no excuse for that. I'm sorry. For all this, you should have stayed in Golden State. But once again, he don't want to be coached. He don't want nobody to tell him nothing. He's a sniper. He wants to go. He just wants to be sent on a mission. You know, snipers, they get sent on a mission. They could be there for months by themselves, eating, target, chilling. Nobody telling them nothing. Remember, nobody tells the sniper what to do. They just give you an order, and then you holler back at them when the order is finished. It don't work like that, Flea, especially when you ain't winning. You didn't want a good coach in Golden State with Kerr. Great system. Yeah, you and Draymond went through this and through that. But, bruh, I'm pretty sure players went through worse things. You jeopardize yourself probably being top 5 greatest basketball players all time. You stay in Golden State, you might win 4 or 5 rings. You get another 1 or 2 finals MVPs. You get another MVP, more scoring titles. Y'all probably would have went another 73-9. You jeopardize all that for what? To be the easy money sniper. So you know what comes along with that? All this nonsense. The ridicule, critique, and everything. He may not want that, but hey, this is what it is, Flea. I'm over Kevin Durant. I'm done with him, bro. Great offensively, but when it comes down to when we talk about some of the greats, he's not in my conversation no more, bro. I'm sorry.
I'm not mad at you. Kevin Durant's always gonna stay a top 5 small forward for me, top player all time for me. You know, because I know what he looks like at the apex, at the best of his ability. I know what he looks like. I think all 3 of us could attest. When he's playing at the top of his game, he's one of the best. But the bullshit that starts seeping in, you know what I'm saying, into his journey and path through his NBA career starts to like sway how people think about him. Like what you're saying too. Let me say something. There's a few instances that stick out to me during Kevin Durant's career that like, you know, it's like a pinch, like it pinched me, and I was like, okay, that caught my attention, right? We remember back when he did the MVP speech.
Right.
Mom's was a real MVP.
Right.
Showed a lot of love to Russell Westbrook, right? But around that time, there was like a turn of Kevin Durant where he was going from the guy who walked around with a lot of humility to the guy walking around with the chip on his shoulder, with an attitude, and wanted to combat against anything and everybody, whether that's players, media, coach, everything. Like, he started to make this turn where it wasn't the humble dude from the DC area no more. It was the arrogant NBA player. I remember that. That stuck out big to me. Then another instance was when they got swept by Boston. When they got swept by Boston, and how he looked in those 4 games matching up against Jason Tatum. Like, this is a guy that's like supposed to be a protege type guy for you. This is a guy that has been on record saying, I look up to Kobe Bryant. I look up to Kevin Durant. This is a guy that y'all going head to head in the first round, and you got your killer with you now. You got Kyrie with you now. Now let's get busy. And they fucking swept them. It was so ugly. I know y'all remember that series.
Hell yeah.
That was an ugly series for Brooklyn. I was like, yo, who is this dude? So those 2 instances right there stick out to me, and it lets me know that there's something missing in him. There's something missing. Yeah, he got the championships. He was great in Golden State. They needed him just as much as he needed them. But those 2 instances stick out to me, and I feel like part of me is like, that's who he really is. Like, that getting swept in the first round, that's who he is right now. That's who he is. Super efficient, still a guy that could go get you 30, still one of the toughest matchups in the league, hands down, ever, right? Still that. But when you step on the court with him, I don't think that there's fear incited into other guys. Terrence Ross can't say that about a great player like that. You can't say, yo, they was better off without you. You're one of the best players of all time. And a nigga that just retired 3 weeks ago is sitting on a podcast telling you they were better because he was on the team. He was there. We forget that. Terrence Ross was a member of that team. So, love Kevin Durant, but I think, to agree with you, there's a turn on his legacy that is not sitting right with me. It's not sitting right with you. I think a lot of other people feel the same way. I know Fabian has said it on many instances that there's something about that dude that makes it a little uncomfortable now to talk about him with the Mikes, the Kobe's, the LeBrons, the Dr. the Birds, the greatest of the greatest. It's hard. It don't feel right at this moment.
That's done for me.
About him like that.
Yeah, that's done for me.
Yeah, so that's what I got with it. Fabian, how you feeling about it?
He up there with Clyde and them niggas now for me.
Clyde Drexler?
Kawhi, like, what I'm saying is, and I'll let you go for it. What I'm saying is, when we talk about the greats, like Flea just said, when we talking about the Mikes, the Kobe's, the LeBrons, the Birds, the Magics, you know what I mean? Sometimes people can put KD in there. For me now, it's that tier below when you start talking Clydes and the Karl Malones and all that. I'll put them there, bro. I'm not putting them in that top 10 no more. I'm done.
I'm not sure if Clyde is like, it might be insulting to Clyde now to say that. You know what I mean? Like Karl Malone, I understand, because Karl Malone, another great scorer, but when it mattered, you saw what happened. He didn't show face. John Stockton should have shot the ball more. But I think Steph Curry is, and going back to Jalen Brunson, they showed you how to lead, because the most important thing is they knew what they weren't good at. Like Kevin Durant's biggest thing was it started in OKC. Bro, you couldn't even tell Westbrook that you were better than him. You couldn't tell him that. Like, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're thinking. Right. You better give me that ball. Like at a certain point, it had to be that. And I'm not saying it's easy, because as human beings, it's hard to compartmentalize a lot of this shit. 20 years old, worth $100 million, and you just want to go out and take it easy, which is cool. But like I told you earlier, too, you can't sit here and complain about stuff. James Harden, you got to take the licks, because you went to Golden State and became part of this dynasty. You went to Brooklyn, you came to New York, and you wanted the smoke. He begs for the smoke, and then all of a sudden, when they bring it to him, he's like, "Yo, I don't know what y'all talking about." Then he plays victim, just like LeBron. This whole era does that, and that's what we don't like about them. And it's partially our fault. For some reason, we let this next generation. It happen under our watch. It really did. We let that be okay with the internet, whatever it is. So it's time we correct it, though. We can't just keep complaining like everybody else either. But bottom line is, that's not how to lead. He should have learned that or admitted that he couldn't lead. Because remember, Dirk went through a lot of the similar things, and nobody talks about that. He wasn't tough until 08, 09, whenever it was, 2010, when he finally went over with Miami. So with KD, remember, how the hell is Steph Curry better than you? How is that possible? That should not be the case.
Think it's true. I don't think that's true.
For me, there's no way I'm starting a team with Kevin Durant before Steph Curry, knowing what I know, knowing that this guy's
knowing what you know, who he is right here.
But
right on the basketball court.
But Flea, but Fabian just said something that's a good point. But that's my point. How can we say a lot of players is better than Kevin Durant? It's because of this. Like, let's be realistic. In OKC, y'all went to the chip and y'all got sunned. You went to Golden State, and we see what happened. Now, remember, I'm the one that advocate always. That was because of Kevin Durant. But look at all he had around him. You leave Golden State, and it's like it's like you can't do nothing. Listen, I don't know what's up with him, but it's like, come on, bro. You the only superstar that everybody make excuses for. Brandon Jennings said he don't deserve this. What don't you deserve? What are you talking about? You wanted out of Brooklyn. You wanted to go to Phoenix. All these superstars know when you go to a certain team, you're going to gut the team out. You know that. So you signing up for that. I'm saying for me, Flea, with that skill set as great as he is, he should not be this not successful all these years.
Yeah,
Last time he been out the first round.
Post Golden State, I think. Yeah. There was an expectation. But also, and I'm not talking about him from a physical standpoint, because from a physical standpoint, he's excellent this year. Like, he's been great this year. I don't think
every game.
Yeah, playing in every game. Super efficient as always. Still could go get you 30 on 10 or 12 shots, right? He's still super duper efficient. Probably one of the only guys over there that's playing defense. But he's on a team right now that, yes, has a Devin Booker. They don't have Bradley Beal consistently. Nurkic is a good player. I don't think he's a great player. I think he's I think he's a good NBA player. But then, like Don was saying, there's just a lot of guys over there that if you're not invested in the NBA like us, you would not have no clue who Drew Eubanks is, have no clue who Josh Okogie is, have no clue who Grayson Allen is, right? All of these guys, Eric Gordon, some guys are too young to even know who and where Eric Gordon came from, right? But I don't think that is the best that they could put around that Phoenix team. I don't think that's the best. But when you do have guys like Kevin Durant and Devin Booker, you should be elevating these guys, or at least helping elevate these guys to get to the next level. Y'all are still top 10, top 15, top 20 level players. So that should be the expectation, that you can lift these guys up. You know what I'm saying? Like, so
all I'm gonna say is this. I feel bad for no player of that stature to not be able to carry their team when I watch little guys like Trae Young, Allen Iverson, Jalen Brunson, Dame Lillard in them Portland years carry those teams
right here
to
right here. It's right here. It's right here. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I know, but
right here.
But y'all get what I'm saying? 7 foot, like I said, easy money sniper. What is a sniper's job? He takes the job. He sits out there. Nobody's there to coach him, tell him what to do. He wants to be out there with nobody telling him what to do, whether it's a coach, a player. But you can't be on the court telling people you're a guard and, yo, you know who I am. I'm Kevin Durant. Okay, cool. Get out the first round, bro. Don't get swept. I'm watching everybody else compete. You got a legit superstar next to you. Make it work. Nobody say win a championship. But to win 3 out of the last 13 games, if this was any other player, we'll be roasting them. And I'm going to leave it at this. We was crucifying James Harden for 1 out of the last 2 teams. Why Kevin Durant don't get the same smoke? If he starts complaining, if these rumors are true, and he wants out of Phoenix, or he's complaining about these guys, Nah, bro, he deserves all the smoke in the world.
I'm hoping it's not true, but I got to see some validation from that. I'm hoping it's not true, but
Before I get to the comments, I don't want to overlook how Flea broke down. Like just looking back on Kevin Durant and
Yeah.
all these, because that was like we talked about it earlier too. There was a point with him and LeBron, they turned heel, and that's part of the reason why you can't, like James Harden, he gets smoked because again you're in the spotlight. Same thing with the difference between Kyrie and Kawhi. Kawhi does not really go in the spotlight like that. Kevin Durant, you want your cake and eat it too. You want to go in the spotlight, like you said, be a sniper and be visible whenever you want to be visible. There's no way. Another thing that he just lacking self-awareness. He was down 3-1 to the Warriors and he joined them. On top of that, you didn't just join them, you joined a peer, someone who's now considered, he's an MVP and Steph Curry, considered a top 3 player. You just saw LeBron James get the most smoke ever for joining his peer in D-Wade with Miami. And you're going to tell us that we're going to accept this with no problem? Like, you knew what you were getting yourself into, and you still want to act like you could bend the rules. You are not that charismatic. You ain't that slick talker. That's your problem. You think you could psych yourself out into make like lying to yourself, and it's not working. It hasn't worked, and it's unfortunate in that way. But I mean, that's a crazy, unfortunate problem to have, is be rich as hell and be Kevin Durant and just be knocked down a couple notches in the legacy, because he still is top 75 ever, right? But it's just we should be able to peel these hairs, split these hairs a little bit, and show you who's who. And while we would rather have, going back to the Kobe argument, Flea, that I even entertained, I feel stupid forever entertaining that. Don't ever mention Kobe and KD in the same breath. Ever. Next time, Flea, you're allowed to curse me out for 5 minutes straight. I'll never ever bring up KD in his breath.
I would enjoy that.
let's get to some of these comments before we run out of here.
Before we run out of here, y'all. Yeah, this was a good night.
Durant acted like Durant acted like GM too, and we saw how it went. Exactly. Stocksinio. Why did they even trade for Beal? We don't know. I never put KD in that MJ, Will, Kareem, Magic, Bird, Kobe tier. Never. He's one below Kawhi and Curry are closer to that tier. Boss man, Westbrook, Kevin Durant, and Harden do not know how to win. Ooh, damn. Those three guys' IQ are not championship players. Damn. Y'all agree with that?
Boss man, tough tonight.
Yeah. I think Kevin Durant is a championship level player. Like,
no, he said IQ.
IQ wise, I think. But the other two guys, questionable.
I loved it. The Celtics sweep over the Nets was so ugly, embarrassing moment for KD and Kyrie. Certainly was. Does Flea have on the in-season, preseason NIT Lakers championship Mitchell and Ness? Did it come with a banner? You know who that is.
Yeah,
Fish.
Need Suns to make playoffs so we can get annual clown show at the end. I was at game 1 of that series. Tatum ended their championship hopes. He really locked them down. It was crazy.
Yeah.
We must realize that all of these super team stars are unable to carry their team to the playoffs promised land. Yeah. But hell, Bradley Beal is a hell of an AAU coach, so there's that. Oh boy, I said the Suns are pretenders, nothing but pretenders. KD great, but not as great as everyone puts him. Bradley Beal is slowly dripping into Trent Tucker. Rory Sparrow.
Jesus Christ.
Nail it down.
He said Rory Sparrow.
KD legacy is getting worse and worse, guys. So lucky he played with the Warriors in their prime, bought and paid for championships. Damn.
Yo, comments. Go do your homework on Rory Sparrow and Trent Tucker. Yo, please.
Wow.
I told you Bradley Beal was Robinson Cano. Yeah. 100% on point, all ball. It's 3 ball dominant players. We've seen how this works not too long ago in Brooklyn. Well, they got hurt in Brooklyn, though, to be fair. All ball voodoo.
I love it. I love it.
By Dime screen froze. Wait, no more Lakers. Not gonna lie, I expected more from all ball. Is he on clutch payroll as well? I might have laughed out loud for real. Phoenix Buns.
Phoenix Buns.
Let's not even get started on the Suns. Dolphins lineups. All ball with the voodoo. Laughing my ass off. Texas. Come crying, all ball.
All ball voodoo is crazy.
It's crazy.
Hope we make the playoffs. Funny how LeBron and Lakers win the championship and they still get flaked.
Hold on. Y'all know how crazy I'm going to go if the Lakers don't make the playoffs?
Davis was healthy enough last year, and Lakers was good again. Lakers couldn't succeed at anything. A proper plan B for Davis in his absence in last year, that also did not help. Yeah, very true. Very true. I told you the Lakers benefited from teams last year that were either hurt or dysfunctional last year, and the playoff run was fool's gold. This is who they are, mediocre.
Yeah, Fish been saying that.
That's a great point, Fish.
These discussions should have been made at the beginning of the year. Not hating, I just don't understand all the hype there was when the season started on the Lakers.
You're right. I was drinking whoever that what comment that come from. I'm gonna address him the right way, Fabian. That's Killer Chaos 3. I'm gonna be honest. I drank some of that Kool-Aid too, and my brother's on the screen to tell you. I said the Lakers gonna end up the 1 seed at the end of the season. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about. Right, Fabian. They at face. I don't know what the fuck I was talking about.
You got the Kobe jersey on, and I said KD was better than Kobe at a certain point. I'm not allowed to talk right now. We fine over here in the purple and gold, bro. Let GM.
Nah, y'all are dog shit.
AD could be first, second option. Doesn't matter. He's too temperamental and doesn't have a true winning factor. No bubble, no title. Lakers already won a chip. What's up, Rasta Mel? Good choice to pack all them ninjas up. Braun had the Lakers give up long-term winning young players for Tito, Randy, and Marlon Jackson. have them guys even won a playoff series? LeBron did enough of trying to give into the keys to Davis. Y'all missing the point, though. It was kind of going in that direction, but Davis couldn't stay on the court in 2021, 2022. That also made it difficult. AD playing 50% of his games is Braun fault. AD getting 12 one night and 40 one night. Braun fault. Give me a break. LeBron is ultimately going to blame AD. LeBron is out of the scapegoats, with Westbrook being the last victim. Lakers are nothing without AD. Didn't we just make the Western Conference Finals?
And got
Flea is low-key a Lakers fan. Good jersey. Just say they both are getting.
I just enjoy Kobe Bryant. Like,
just say they both are getting insignificant points. Braun picked this team with pad stats, not win a chip. Keep it. LeBron is top 5. Flea, you wear that Kobe jersey. I love Kobe. Good assessment, Fab. Is 2 at home or the lobby of the St. Regis?
I'll be asking. You know how the backgrounds are, Fish. You know how his backgrounds get.
None your business.
Fish got to be stopped. Mind your business.
The lobby at the St. Regis is wild.
Crazy.
I work across the street from the St. Regis. It's I'll tell y'all some shit offline. It's wild.
Why the F you would count Braun as a point guard this season? I love Tingus Pingus. Oh, speaking of jerseys and thoughts on Haslam's BS. Oh, you got 10 seconds on that?
What?
Yeah, what Udonis said?
What did he say?
He said F Bill Russell, but it was because they were putting the banner up in Miami, and he was like, and I think it was during the playoff series. So he's like, yo, F Bill Russell. They ain't putting no Miami jersey up in Boston. And it was during that time, and he brought it back up. So now they made a big deal out of it. Like, he shouldn't even said that.
I mean, Udonis walked. Hold on. Give him the whole thing, Fabian. He did walk it back.
What's the rest of it?
He did? Said it, though. I don't care if
he did walk it back and was like, I love Bill. My point was, though, is that they not showing no Miami Heat players any love in Boston, but who's ever been on Bill Russell's level that played in Miami?
But everybody know, God rest his soul, Bill Russell, man, like what he meant to the NBA, to the world, to the black community. So that was bigger than that. So, big shout out Udonis Haslam for, admitting he was wrong and apologizing. I get what he was trying to say, but I think that's one human being that you could never say F to. Yeah. Him, Muhammad Ali, certain guys, I just think you can never say yeah. So, I definitely don't agree with that. But big shout out Udonis for being a man and just, okay, I didn't mean it like that. You know what I'm saying? So, big shout out to him for that.
I agree, 1,000%.
Yeah.
If you count LeBron as a point guard, then Brunson may not even be top 10 point guards. That's crazy.
Oh my God,
dear Lord. T-Mac had Andrew DeClerc.
Yeah, they try. You see what they try to do with LeBron? Like now, the new thing is let's try to make him a point guard just to make him like stop, bro. He's not a point guard. He's a small forward. Y'all see his handle? Y'all really think? Hold on. Y'all see LeBron handle? Y'all really think he can play the point guard for a whole game? Yeah, okay. He got the worst bag in life. Get out of here. Y'all think Giannis ain't got a bag?
He has no bag.
Get out of here.
No.
Come on, man. Stop it. Play the point guard. I don't think you're just
gonna go out there and take it.
Get out of here, man.
They wanted that T-Mac conversation, Flea. I
They
think T-Mac.
did. I thought we was gonna get into it. We could save that because I
We'll save it.
really want us
We'll
to
save
have
it.
some
Hold
gusto.
on, Flea. No. You know what we can do? Let me see. Maybe what are y'all doing? Maybe like Saturday sometime. Maybe not too early or not too late. We go on IG Live and really have that talk.
Yeah,
Know what I'm saying?
A lot of
So-
people looking forward to that.
So when we get off this tomorrow, let's get in the group chat
Yeah, let's get to it.
and let's pick a day and really make that happen
Yeah.
because that's gonna start some mess.
Yeah, man.
Babe,
That's
how many? Yeah.
it's a great conversation, right? Like
Leave it.
It's a great conversation.
Baby, how more we gotta go? Because I got the
Like, yeah, we got it. It's 10 more. Payton Pritchard got to make shots off the bench too.
But
John
I
Morant
love
better
what he's doing for Boston. Love him.
Yeah, I mean, John Morant is damn near forgotten about when he came back. Like, I'm glad he came back. And listen, I'm sorry, the whole gun thing, your job, please be yourself. If you're gonna work your way out of the league, you want to go get guns again, do it all. They signed up to have you. They knew exactly who they were when they got you, bro. I don't care.
LSU.
Did y'all see his pops on the sideline?
That's all New Orleans dancing and
Love it.
all types of shit that they do down in NOLA. So they down in NOLA doing what they do. Media and anybody else that needs a heads up, those are not original shit that they doing. They just down there, you know what I mean, getting off. And they bust their ass twice in like a week. So
They
they
didn't bust
down
their
there
ass.
wild.
Those were 2 close games, and they gave that game to Memphis.
Oh, yeah.
They gave
Oh,
that
yeah.
game to them.
Oh yeah, last
But
night's definitely, Fabian.
But I'm just saying, I don't know if there's anybody else in the league with the audacity that John Morant has. I love that shit. I love it. That's why we love him. That's why we think he's better than SGA. He is. Hold on, real quick. Who's more must-see TV than him in a year in the league right now?
Nobody.
This guy's that I'm gonna turn on to watch before Ja.
Shout out to Uncle Ice. He said it first.
Yeah, but he's must see though, no question.
And we are going to add at the deadline too, from what I heard. It's about Porzingis. So what is the ranking of C starting 5? Only certain spot is number 1 in Tatum. Well, for us, I think we all agree Porzingis is number 2. Tatum's still kind of stiff in these moments. I also agree with that. Dime, health, Lakers, Suns, Kings, Warriors will not win a playoff series this year if they can get in. Get down and lay down. Clutch Sports. Big time. Bronx Centrals already came. Jesus Christ. Go be angry at LeBron for that shirt he put up at Christmas. Flea, a.k.a. Maverick Flea. Gonna call Braun and tell on to. Change your name to Airball instead of All Ball.
Is crazy. I love him.
You are an actual crackhead. Change your name to Airball. Change your name to Airball.
Oh, I never heard that one. Change your name to Airball.
I love it.
Airball was dope. Still better than the Knicks.
Dope.
Mazzulla does worry me with his rotations and timeout decision making, but Brad Stevens has done phenomenal constructing this roster. He's been operating more for a while though. LeBron definitely not a point guard. Exactly. Hot hands. He's so underrated. Watching Randall point shave right now, looking like John Hot Rod Williams shaving that Tulane. It's an 80s joke. Porzingis is insane. He had a great game with
Go
bad
look
shooting.
at rest in peace, Hot Rod Williams.
Yes, Hot Rod. Yes, sir.
Who would have had a thought? God bless the dead. Band 18 this year. He ready to go all in. Don't make all ball wait for the Murray Brunson thing. He's talking about Dime. Floor raising versus ceiling raising. I ain't read that. Is LeBron as a point guard? An argument can be made. Him, Luka, SGA, Curry are your top 4 point guards. Looks like John Morant wants to crash that party.
Oh my God.
What? I just seen Brunson do more with less. He's not better than I love Murray, but he is a beneficiary of dribble handoffs and screens. I think Brunson is talented enough to be the second best scorer on a title team. Hold on, this is mad long. Here's a lot, guys. I'm excited to you guys are back. My favorite b-ball talk. Oh, thanks, Mike.
Yo, shout out Mike.
Thank you.
Lapadula.
Thank you.
The B turn it up in Buffalo right now.
That was love right
you
there.
You let the other 3 guys off the hook last week when I said PG-13 is a top 15 player. I saw the conflict on your face. Give them the business.
Appreciate you, Mike.
Look, Flea. They be paying attention. Look at Boss Man. Last time, Flea, you was on a little feisty.
Last time Flea was on a little feisty. Love you, Boss Man.
We're gonna get to you guys in the comments, man. Let me see if there are any recent comments. Cook Fabian. Oh boy, you got too much haterade in you right now for LeBron. That's boss man talking.
That's boss man. Shout out to boss man.
Air ball suckers. Nah, it's not the same.
Yes, not CDL.
That's so fire.
Yo, that's so fire.
I love it. I love
oh,
it, man.
man.
With that one, take us home, man.
Yeah, take us home. Yo,
Hold on, we gotta read this from the bad guy. Trade Embiid. He put $1.99 up for the super chat. The bad guy, is that bad guy from Philly? Can we talk about trading Embiid now? I think that's him. That's bad guy from Philly. Shout out to him, man.
Big shout.
Appreciate
Big
you,
shout.
bro.
Yes, sir.
You guys already know. For Sportsmen. Every Sunday, usually at 8:00, but we all on Wednesdays as well. We will be doing this thing now that we're connecting the YouTube live to IG or streaming out to everything. That's all we live, Flea. That's Mr. Yo all ball and our favorite perspective.
Our brother Dom
just left.
Dropper. Yes, sir. Every
We outta
Wednesday,
here, man.
every Sunday, 8:00, YouTube, man. Subscribe. Tune into all our platforms. Are we live, Flea? Favorite perspective, All Ball TV, Dom Dropper Podcast. We work real hard at this. Share, like, comment, hit that like button, subscribe, y'all. Show some love. We appreciate everybody.
Air ball suckers.